morning. Excuse me. Is it from Zetster's lab? This morning, hubby went to a farm and, sorry, for a site inspection. And guess what? Oh my goodness, sorry. I just did not have the energy to go with. Can you believe it? I mean, this is really something. I mean, I must feel like death warmed up if I don't want to go with hubby to a farm for a site meeting. But I haven't gotten up to full speed yet. Still struggling after the COVID with my energy levels. And so I decided to stay home, rest. And after lying in bed watching some US Open tennis, walked in the garden a little bit, and then I thought, let me come and play with my paints. And you know, sometimes it's just so funny. I don't feel like deciding what colors and things really to use. So I saw a photo of these two women in white dresses just walking in a flower field. And I just took the first colors I found and I just started playing on the little canvas. And it's just amazing what it does to you when you create something. I mean, it was just a little white page, and now there's my two women just lovingly walking together in this flower field. Isn't it awesome? But you know, the last couple of days after I made my previous video about life after COVID, something has taken a hold of me. Let's call it that. Who told us life is supposed to be easy? Who told us life is always just gonna unfold as we believe it should? I mean, and then I can go back to the whole religion thing. I really don't want to go into it, but that's religion. That's what religion told us. If you're good and you serve your God and do the best that you can, then you will be blessed and the others will be cursed. But let's just think for a change. You know, how did that turn out for you? Or for me, it didn't turn out very good. Or well, or whatever. I really, when I was bound in religion, I did everything I believed my religion, my small group, my denomination, call it what you want, expected of me. What I believed at that stage about God and me pleasing God and whatever. I did everything I could. I marked all the right choices and everything, and my life still fell apart. The more I tried to please my God, the more my life fell apart. It was heartbreaking. And years later, here I'm sitting, years later in my walk, spiritual walk, I've realized, because we have created this tree of knowledge of good and evil where we decide what is good and what is bad for us, that is what makes our lives miserable. Because when something happens that we don't enjoy or believe should happen, we fall apart, we get angry, resentful, fearful. Condemnation takes a hold of us. It's just this roller coaster. Then life changes again and something good happens, and then we're happy and God is for me and whatever. And a little while later, something bad happens again. But now I'm starting to realize something. The minute we stop trying to figure out this good and evil, good and bad thing, and we just accept life as it is, this moment, our whole life's changed. My life has changed. I mean, I'm sitting here really tired this morning, but I'm still at peace. You know, we went on this trip to watch the flowers bloom in Makwaland. It happens once a year. And we went. And it was absolutely a wonderful experience. We had so much fun and laughter and whatever. And then we fell ill. And it became real hard. Day by day, the day-by-day walk. But we still did everything we could and we enjoyed it. We still enjoyed it. We still made the best of our experience. And why could I do that? The only thing was because I didn't judge my body not feeling well as bad. I just accepted it. Okay, this is what it is. It's not good, it's not bad. And I just drank my pills, did whatever I could to feel better, and I still enjoyed every day thoroughly in the midst of not feeling bodily 100%. You see, it's not don't judge the bad. It's don't eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So, if I don't judge this trip as good versus evil, good versus bad, and just look at this trip as one heck of an experience, it's a total different mindset. We've got to stop judging everything. We've got to stop thinking that our lives are supposed to turn out as we believe it should. And we should just go with the flow. Learn to go with the flow of the life, abundant life, spirit in you and everybody else. And just savor the moment in the midst of what we're going through. I mean, when I started to become free from religion, I realized one thing. Never was I told to fight. I was told to and promised peace and joy in the midst of any situation. That the abundant life in me, my Father's life, my spiritual life, just call this life, that's my true life in me, is more than I need to live victoriously through this moment, no matter what I'm going through in this earthly realm. I read another thing. It says, stop fighting the storms. Still the storms in you, and the storms will pass. That is so true. I mean, once again, I come back to this every single time with Jesus and his friends on the boat. They were in the same physical situation. Let's call it worldwide pandemic, whatever. And instead of looking at the storm outside, what their mind's telling them, what the news is telling them, what the ego is telling them, whatever, instead of looking at that, Jesus was just sleeping. He was at total peace in the midst of this situation because he was just trusting the abundant life in him. He wasn't focusing on the outside manifestations. His friends on the other side, they were totally hysterical because what were they doing? They were focusing on the outside manifestations. What was going on in this realm? They were focusing on what the news was saying, what the friends were saying, what the ego was saying about the worldwide pandemic. And that put them in so much fear that they were frantically trying to save their lives by fighting the storm. And that brings me back to actually what I realized after my COVID experience. I never fought the virus. I never focused on fighting and winning and beating, or whatever you call it, the virus or the manifestation of these symptoms that we call in this realm the COVID virus. I didn't fight it. I just accepted whatever I was feeling and not listening to the news and the world and my mind most of all, and just focused on the abundant life that is in me and focusing on finding peace and joy in the moment that I was in. The war is over when we stop trying to fight what's happening in this realm. When we just start to experience and have peace and accept whatever is happening to me in this moment. We've got to stop fighting. That's why that be still and know all is well. Stop fighting. Stop trying to get out of your difficult, tight situation. Stop trying to change your situation. Leave it. Start finding the life, the abundance that's already in you. You've got all that you need to live victoriously through this moment. So find that, and you will be fast asleep in the boat. In between what is taking place in this realm, it will not faze you because you've stopped trying to change these situations. And then Jesus' friends came and they woke him up and and they was very angry. Why aren't you in fear? Why are you? We're dying here. You're asleep. And what did Jesus do? I'm sure the whole spiritual meaning of the situation was, he told them what I'm telling you. Stop looking at the world and what's going on in this world. Stop focusing on that and trying to change that. Just be still and know all is well. Your life is unfolding perfectly. There's no good and no bad, good and evil. Stop judging everything and just start to live in this moment. Turn inwards. Find the abundant life that's already in you, that will give you all wisdom, all power, all life, all light, all peace and joy and strength, even if it's only strength to make a video today or paint this little painting. I didn't get the strength to go with hubby. But instead of fighting that and being angry and resentful about that, I made peace with that, and I'm just enjoying what I've been given the strength to enjoy. And this is just to be at home and just enjoy it. If I'm tired, then I go and I lie down. Yesterday I did this painting. Isn't it gorgeous? It's just, I called it serving gratitude, because she was standing there realizing that she's absolutely one with all in all. At the end of your way, your life, you will realize that you are all in all, one spirit, one life, one power. And then these things in this life will have no power over you. At the end, you will destroy your last enemy. That is this fear of physical death, because you will realize you're going to live forever. I'm going to live forever, whether I'm in this body or not. The life in me is still exactly the same as it was before I had manifested these symptoms of COVID. The abundant life is still in me. It's still the same. It's still going to live forever, and that's me and you. So fear is going to depart. The fear of leaving this realm. Nothing in this realm can do anything to us, have any power over us, because we are the abundant life, just manifesting in different ways in this realm. And I really don't know if I'm going to post this. But perhaps someone out there needs to know that fear not, all is well. Your life is unfolding perfectly, even if you don't understand a thing. I've got no clue what's happening. I don't have a clue what's going to happen next in my earthly manifestation. But what I've learned is to be content in any situation, because I've realized I've got no power to change situations. The only power I have is to turn inwards and allow the life in me to change me. And then the outward situations, I will realize, there was no storm. The disciples realized after Jesus shared the truth with them of their inward life, the storm disappeared. So we've got to stop fighting, trying to get our lives to turn out as we believe they should, and just start to love life in this moment. Life in us, the abundant life in us, that's always going to be there. Whatever we need to go through in this realm, that life is always there to guide us, always there to give us peace and joy, unconditional love and power and wisdom. And all we need to do is stop looking at the things of this world and start looking at the abundant life in us. And then we will realize, wow, we are truly alive forevermore. He said from Zetster's Lab, have a fantastic day. Life happens now, always now. I've got what it takes to get through this minute now. Now I'm going to make myself a nice cup of tea and perhaps come and titivate this little painting, just something added here and there, because I'm now waiting for it to dry, and then I usually come back and just add something here and there. Love you lots. You've got this. Your life is in perfect control over you and what's happening in your life. All you need to do is look inwards. Be still and know all is well. He said from Zetster's Lab.